Well.
Back for another NFL show, and these things are working, okay? Like,
Well.
let's just like put that out there for everybody.
And we know you guys are watching.
These kind of shows with NFL are working. Yeah, that was. I just got.
No one's gonna get that. I
got that.
No one's gonna get that.
I understood that. Welcome into the All Day Everyday
Like,
Show.
what?
All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. More NFL as a lot of these.
We are getting extremely fucking close.
Yep, and I
Extremely
think
fucking close. Like lines are out. Week 1 lines are out. College football lines are out. Hall of Fame games in 8 days. It's time to get moving. I'm trying to really research this year, bro. I might get like a notebook popping. I'm trying to really be him this year. I swear to God, bro. I'm seeing these new cappers come out of nowhere. I'm like, man, we got the power with us. We got a community behind us. You know what I mean? It might be a couple of y'all that don't think I'm dumb as fuck. But yeah, we might be able to get something popping this year.
Stats.
Try and get the pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stats don't lie.
They don't.
And we've seen over the course of these past couple of years, NFL content for everybody during the season always does a lot better than any other time. So we're noticing that in the off season,
Bro, we should.
It's a lot different. I mean, there's a lot more going on, a lot more attention on off-season NFL conversations than I personally have seen in the 3.5 years that we've been doing.
I feel like if we never we were like, all right, we're gonna start like doing like more like gambling shows, bro. I feel like if we did something for football where it was like we like just put like not even like we didn't have to like put a certain amount in the account, but like if we just like labbed like got like 3, 4, 5 picks. Couple spreads, couple props, like we like labbed it every week, bro, and like tracked it, like how much, bro. I think that should be fire.
We could put it in our bio, in the Twitter bio, while we're up and down.
We could 2023 season, how many units we're up and down, and like actually, I feel like that'd be so fire, bro. We could just do it like on a unit system. We can make like a little Action Network page, All Day Everyday Show or something like where we could track it. We can hit people up, pick it or something. And y'all want somebody to track y'all picks? You know what I'm saying? Pick it. Chalkboard, wherever.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a conversation today that's happening. So that could be going off this Twitter bio. There's a conversation.
I think we do something like that.
I think we're 100% going to be doing something like that after we hear about.
I like that
later today. Okay, yeah, that'll be news for a later date. Again, more NFL things today. We have lists of coaches in each division to go through. We also will be comparing 2011 NFL draft class to the 2017 NFL draft class.
Two insane
draft classes. Where would you like to start?
Coaches for sure.
I want to
add more to draft classes.
You got it. All right. Well, I kind of want to save this NFC East division for last just because we're kind of attached to that division.
It's not obvious.
I mean, like, I'm a homer. I'm
just fucking. We can go last. We can go last.
Let's go bottom up. That makes sense. We'll start in the AFC South. Doug Peterson.
Oh God.
D'Amico Ryans, Brian Callahan, and former Philadelphia Eagle Shane Steichen.
I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry, bro. Like, first of all, who's the worst coach in this division? Can we start? Is it Doug?
Judging by
who would you rather have coach your team, Doug Peterson or Shane Steichen? Right now, do we remember what Shane Steichen dealt with last year?
Yeah, I lost his rookie quarterback in the fourth week of the season. Had to go Gardner Minshew the rest of the way.
Wait, there's something about this last season where I'm not remembering correctly. That was Jeff Saturday, right? Interim. Was that last season?
That was the year before.
Okay, never mind. I'm about to say. I was going to say. I'm like, am I not? No. Okay, yeah. Then Shane dealt with a lot last year. I think I might put Shane over Doug right now.
I think I'm going to do the same
because the Jags have given Doug a lot of resources. They paid a lot of people last year. They looked good last year.
They also decided to give $1 billion to Trevor Lawrence, who has identical statistics of Daniel Jones, but no one's talking about that. I'm just saying. We all bitched when Daniel got 40, but we're not bitching when Trevor got 55.
No, okay. So, fair play. I'll put Shane over Doug. My best coach in this division got to be right now, obviously, D'Amico Ryans. I think Shane might have something to say about that, though. I'm big on Shane. probably too big, but I got D'Amico right now.
Is that the Eagles in there? Or
Yeah, it's the Eagles right now. And when more shit comes out about this whole Nick Sirianni situation last year, about people saying he was completely calling the plays last year, and he brought in Kellen Moore as kind of, not he brought in Kellen Moore, but we brought in Kellen Moore as kind of a thing. Like, no, this motherfucker's calling plays. Because I think when Shane Steichen was here, it was more so like, yeah, that motherfucker's calling plays, not you, Nick. And you could kind of tell how that offense was moving when he was in Indy, when they could swap out quarterbacks and Jonathan Taylor was dealing with health issues. I think Shane's him. But you agree, D'Amico, for sure?
D'Amico definitely won. And then you can kind of go toss up as long as Doug's in last. I think also, but like, and I don't want it to be that that's so much of a dig on
I don't
him.
know if he's last though. Like, I don't know, Brian. You know what I mean? The book's not out yet.
Yeah, I guess it's not really fair
But
to
Doug,
say.
you down there. You down there.
Maybe it's just not fair to say because we haven't seen anything from Brian.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
Doug,
not
you
fair.
down there, Dougie. Like, you down there, bro. You on watch.
All right, AFC West.
This is interesting.
This is interesting. Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, new signing, Antonio Pierce, and then Sean Payton, who said goodbye to Russell Wilson. So
So when it comes to worst,
I think this is easy.
right? Like, who do you have?
Sean Payton.
Yes, okay, yeah, by far the worst. Because, like, I think Jim Harbaugh's already surpassed him. I think Antonio Pierce, Andy Reid's Andy Reid. Okay, like, we don't have to say, but I think Antonio Pierce made a case that he could be a top coach in the NFL last year. Sean, I don't know. I feel like with that roster, there's no way we should be doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? And, Sean, you're the worst coach in this division by far. And I don't even think it's that hard, right? Andy's the best coach in this division. Like, we can just...
I think
I'm sorry, Sean.
kind of how it's listed right now is how I think we could see it at the end of the year. Andy number one.
Not Jim
Jim
over
number
Antonio year one, you think, right? You think Jim Harbaugh is going to have a better year coaching than Antonio Pierce?
I think this is the best spot for him to do that.
Jim Harbaugh was an elite coach in the NFL already.
He also
Pedigree.
But this is like his,
He was an elite coach in the NFL already. He was.
But and also like he is coming back with I guess you could say a little bit of pressure, some weight on your shoulders, like
Good roster. Decent roster. I wouldn't say good roster.
and then this is maybe like the whole how do we get Justin Herbert off of this so-called slump to start his career?
Sure.
Is he the guy to do it? There's been rumors that he is the guy to do that. So
Okay.
it could be like that. Also, on the Antonio Pierce side of things, there was not a lot of people in the media or even that was coming out that actually had a thought that Antonio Pierce was going to be that good with that roster at that time in the season for the Raiders. And he shocked everybody. And that obviously was that game against the Chiefs where they won in Kansas City. And there was this.
And we'll see. It could have been a little honeymoon phase. We're so happy the old coach is out. We got new coaching. This year will really tell us how good of a coach AP is. But I actually think he's that guy.
Me too.
I'd put him over Jim right now. But you know what I mean, Jim's already been an elite coach in the NFL, which but leaving and coming back, I don't know. We'll see.
And it's not like it's also like he's, not coming into a Michigan, University of Michigan type team. I mean, this is a broken team that has a lot of pieces.
I think it's kind of like San Fran had pieces, but they also weren't like the best when he came in.
That's
so
true.
it's actually pretty similar. I'm interested to see what he does. Same state. I ain't even peep. All right, Jim, we watching.
And a whole new what's it called? New facility. All that.
facilities.
So there's a lot of things to look forward to over there. All right, over to the AFC North. Mike Tomlin, Kevin Stefanski, our coach of the year, Zach Taylor. And we just spoke about Jim. Let's talk about John Harbaugh as well in Baltimore. I mean,
Someone's got to be the worst coach here.
someone has to be the worst.
Someone has to be the worst. I think I know who it is. And he made a Super Bowl in his second year coaching.
I'm going to go with Zach Taylor.
Yes.
As
My-
the worst, okay? We're saying that. as
My
the worst
bad,
coach in
Zach.
the
This is
AFC.
not your fault, Brody.
It's just a.
Not you.
Now,
It's not you, it's me, man.
and I guess we have to put Kevin at number one.
What do you mean? I guess we have to. No, we don't. No, we do not. We do not put Kevin Stefanski number one. Kevin Stefanski is not number two. No. He's
I
like
mean,
number
I'd
two.
probably go if judging now. Again, we're not judging this off of last.
I have
year,
Kevin Stefanski 3.
because you're probably going.
He's the
Mike,
third-
You're probably going Mike, John.
Absolutely. Every single time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every time on Sunday. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Time matters, pedigree matters. That like I have to put him there. Also Super Bowl champion, have to put him there. You know what I mean? Kevin, there's two guys that have what you don't have. We could even put Zach Taylor over Stefanski.
I don't know about that.
Zach Taylor got there.
That's fair.
Stefanski has the coach of the year. We don't have the coach of the year count on Tom. I don't have the coach of the year count on John Harbaugh. I don't know off the top of my head on my phone here. When you start talking, I'll probably look it up. I assume they have some as well. You know what I'm saying? Do we weigh coach of the year more than we weigh getting to the fucking big dance? Leading in the fourth quarter? They were up in the fourth quarter. I actually might put, which is crazy, I might put Stefanski at 4 just because Zach Taylor's got to the game. Has Stefanski got there with, what's it called? Wait, let me look up Stefanski because did he get there as a coordinator? Because that's a little bit, we have to add that in as well. We can't say Stefanski's never gotten to the big game.
I mean, I'd also say too, like, obviously, if we're looking back at everything that's happened with these coaches in their careers, then yes, Mike Tomlin would be the guy that goes at number 1.
Nah, Penn, and then he was with the Vikings forever. So he was on like the Vikings team that
he never went.
Us. Never went to the. Yeah, so I might have to put Kevin 4, bro.
So you'd go Mike Tomlin at the 1, and then 2 you'd go Harbaugh.
Absolutely.
3 you go Zach Taylor, and then 4 you go Kevin Stefanski. Which is
because we're doing all time. I'm doing all time. I'm not doing last year. I'm not doing.
Yeah, I mean,
because I even feel like doing the 1 year. I feel like doing the 1 year thing with coaches is disingenuous.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a point in time next year we're not gonna do that. So I think I gotta push Stefanski 4 out of respect for getting to the game, out of the AFC North. With the second year quarterback, with a terrible, I mean, god awful, probably the worst offensive line arguably worst offensive line that got to the Super Bowl ever. I think I gotta put Zach Taylor 3, bro. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm a big fan. I know you're St. Joe's prep guy, all that Penn guy.
Dude, I actually think that's like a pretty damn good list in that order. Mike, John, Zach, Kevin.
I think that's a good list.
That's gonna like outrage a lot of people.
But I think that makes sense.
Coach of the year.
That makes sense.
But if you're prefacing on the fact
all time, we're doing all career,
time in their career, then Mike would have to be 1.
Has to be.
People
could argue John. I would not be mad at you for arguing John. I gotta go Mike.
I think I would go Mike on the fact that you said at the beginning that everybody knows at this point because they talk about it every goddamn season that he doesn't have a losing season.
Because like you could, Mike not to go into too much of a rant, but he did inherit great teams, and John's also had kind of lackluster teams and done well. I just kind of think Mike's done better with the lackluster teams than John has.
Yeah.
That's just kind of why. It's very, very close though.
All right. Done with the AFC North. Let's move to the AFC East with Sean McDermott, Mike McDonald, Robert Saleh, and Gerard Mayo. Another first-time coach that we're seeing in this debate out of Mayo, former Patriot, now coaching head coach of the New England Patriots, taking over Bill Belichick. There's got to be an easy answer here, right? At who's number 1?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the worst. There's an easy answer for the worst, in my opinion. And this is all personal opinion. But you run that shit that you ran last year in the playoffs, Sean McDermott. You are the worst coach in this fucking division. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking way,
crazy.
Bro. I don't care. Mike McDonald's not running that bullshit. I know Robert Saleh's not running that bullshit. And I know for a fact I ain't seen him coach yet. I just know who he's played for, who he's coached for, who he's coached with. I know Gerard Mayo ain't running that bullshit. But I understand we're doing the whole pedigree all time thing.
McDermott's got to be up there to these guys.
Understandable. So, like me personally, from an unrealistic personal bias standpoint, I do think Sean McDermott will end up being the worst coach in this division, honestly. But if I have to do it today,
he's won.
He's not one.
Just based on the success that the Bills had, even we're winning division.
What are we talking about? What success are we talking about?
Even though we're
not. No. What are we talking about? Let's talk about it. What success are we talking about? Let's go. We can't be one team.
We cannot beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but we're consistently making the playoffs. We're consistently winning football games in the playoffs. We just can't be the Chiefs.
That's
I mean, Robert Saleh went from defensive coordinator for arguably at
how
the
many
time,
how many conference championships? It was one conference championship, right? That's moving you.
No,
We've lost the divisional.
But
We've
look at
lost
our list here.
the list ain't really.
You're gonna put Robert Saleh, who was defensive coordinator for the best
I might
defensive
put
in that season out of the Niners, and then he comes here and there's really not so much to show for with the Jets outside of just beefing up an entire lineup. You had to do all that work, and we're still not winning games. I understand there's no Aaron Rodgers.
Why can't we put Mike up there?
Mike at 1?
Why can't he be argued up there? I'm not ready to put him. Why can't we put him? Why can't we put him up there? Why is it so obvious? This is not obvious.
Mike.
Did you see what Sean McDermott called in the divisional round last year? Do you think he could have inherited the fucking New York Jets last year after Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles and eke out 7 wins? Do you think Sean McDermott could have did that?
Okay, so fine.
I don't think Sean McDermott.
Would you put McDermott 2 then? You make.
I don't know.
You make McDaniel goes to 1.
I don't know.
I mean, here's the deal. Both McDermott and McDaniel both cannot be
the way I'm looking at it, right? As coordinators, Sean McDermott and Robert Saleh, both coordinators. I'm just gonna go right as coordinators. I even think Robert Saleh was a better coordinator.
That's fine. I'll give you that.
Haven't been able to see the same tenure of time as a head coach, obviously. I just have been more impressed by what I've seen in a short period of time by Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniel. What's impressed me about Sean McDermott, if you want to say Josh Allen's development, but he's a freak, I think that would have happened regardless. I don't think that's Sean McDermott, and he's a defensive coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have underachieved. One conference championship. Divisional titles, cool. Cool. Let's have a real conversation about the AFC East in those last couple years of divisional titles. Cool. Okay, everything, the cat's at the back. I think he underachieves as a coach, 100%.
Well, yeah, he underachieves because he can't be one team.
We've pointed to, but like, I guess, bro.
I mean, the Dolphins were the same thing. They went to Kansas City.
I guess, bro. I understand what you're saying. I just think that with the teams he's had for 10 years of time, like, you have years to do this. I just don't. He doesn't move me. He don't move me, bro. Other coaches move me more. You can put him 1. I'm not mad you put him 1.
I'll go.
He just doesn't move me. He's done nothing to move me at all.
This is the easiest way to put it. You go McDaniels goes 1.
Right, I don't know if I'm even ready to do that.
McDermott goes 2 and Saleh goes
I think
3.
I'm ready to put Bob 1. I think my personal order is Bob 1, Sean Mike like 2A, 2B, and then Gerard Mayo there's a question mark.
He gets the asterisk.
Yeah, he gets a question mark. Because I think he could probably end up being the best coach in this division. But I just, like, from what I've seen, how I've been moved, I think Robert Saleh is probably the best coach. And I really think Mike McDaniel's probably a better coach than Sean McDermott. But Sean McDermott's obviously done more, so I respect that. That's really how I feel.
Yeah, just by going off of, longevity.
Because Mike McDaniel still could be a meme. We don't know how that's going to go yet. But I think he's a talented coach.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the situation that Mike and Robert are in because
absolutely
they both have star-studded rosters. Now, if we're talking about the New York Jets.
Absolutely.
All right, moving to the NFC South. Todd Bowles, Dave Canales, Dennis Allen, Raheem Morris. I think
pretty easy.
I like where Todd sits right now on number 1.
He's one more, yeah. He's 1.
Simple.
Easy.
Right? Now, I think we give the asterisk here to Dave.
Do we? Do we?
First.
Do we?
I mean, this guy was a high school coach years ago.
Okay.
A couple years ago. Okay. And now we're coordinator. A great story, by the way. That's not meant to be taken out of context. Great story. Happy you made a head coaching dream come true. But if we're not doing an asterisk here, then I'd probably just put him at 4. Based on, regardless of how good you could be at coaching, there were as many more things wrong with this Carolina Panthers team that's out of his control. So, that's fine. You can move him to 4.
Is the Saints roster better than the Bucks last year? Probably not, I guess. I might give a slight edge to the Bucks roster. Probably, yeah.
I would.
All right. Yeah, I can do Bulls one. Dennis Allen, Raheem Morris. I just gotta go Dennis Allen, I guess. Just off of what yeah.
Like, this division kind of sucks.
Sucks. Bad. Like, we can just put Todd Bowles one, and
Everybody else can kind of.
we gonna have to come back to this one.
Yeah. We don't know enough.
I don't know enough about Canales might be the one. You never know. Raheem might be the one.
Now we get into something spicy. NFC West with Kyle Shanahan that just.
How is it spicy? What is spicy about this?
I like Shanahan, McVay, then Jonathan Gannon, and Mike McDonald.
Okay, so we have the worst. The worst is out the way, right? No question. No question. The worst coach, like that's easy.
Which you would say.
Gannon, Burst.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, me personally, I think it's not even. I think it's Sean
There's
McVay.
the number one is
I
Sean
think
McVay.
not even close.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that might piss some people off, but this division 100% is McVay, Shanahan. Jonathan Gannon's the worst. Mike McDaniel will find out. You know what I mean? And when Pete Carroll was here,
I know this would make it spicy if Pete was.
if Pete was still here, me personally, I'm still going Pete, Sean, Kyle.
I would go Pete, Sean, Kyle.
I like that. That's
Pete would have to be one in that.
have to be. There's
And
no
if
way.
we're- Again, just listing it that we're talking about all time in the career. of these
Wait. Does Pete have to be one?
I think he does.
Does McVay run the ball?
McVay would run the ball.
Ooh, then we might have to put Sean one.
If okay, I'm like
I personally
think about it. So if we're talking
Nah,
about team standpoint,
I could see McVay calling some freaky shit like that too,
but
though.
if McVay
I could see
had-
McVay calling some freaky shit like that too, doing and it getting picked
I
off.
don't know. But if McVay had Todd Gurley in that situation, I think it gives the ball to Todd. Just like how I'm not saying if McVay had Marshawn Lynch because that's unrealistic to prove the point. How Pete should have
But
given it to
just,
Marshawn.
I think what makes that play more mind blowing about when you look back at it, if you would have asked anybody in that was the 2014 Super Bowl, right? If you would have asked anyone in 2013, like Pete Carroll on the 1 yard line to win the Super Bowl,
Doesn't give it to Marshawn Lynch.
they would call you clinically insane, because Pete Carroll, the energetic, high, tough guy, like physical football, like of course you would hand down the mark. So I guess I'm gonna still put Pete Carroll on. I think
That's
Sean
if he was there.
I think Sean hands the ball off though.
Okay, NFC North. Matt LaFleur, Matt Eberflus, Kevin O'Connell, Dan Campbell. This one's kind of tough because you can either go one LaFleur, one Campbell. I think I'm going to favor LaFleur at the 1 here as the best coach in the NFC North. Then I'll go Campbell 2. I'll give O'Connell 3 and then Eberflus 4. Now the NFC East, last division on the board here. 4 coaches, Nick Sirianni, Brian Dable, Mike McCarthy,
Oh man,
and Dan Quinn.
this is not obvious.
What did you
No, this is actually obvious. Okay, no, this is actually obvious. We can do the worst. We'll do the worst. And for me, I'm gonna have to give Dable the worst.
even with offensive success
Yes.
in Buffalo?
Yes. Dan Quinn's got there 28-3. You can say ha ha, hardy har har. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you get there. Mike McCarthy, 1-1. Nick Sirianni got there. Brian Dable.
Didn't get there.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But-
Because when we first started doing this, I was so on my bias. Like, it's just obvious. What? Like, but I was like, oh, wait, Mike. And then you put Dan in the mix. I'm like, oh, yeah, and Dan. Like, oh, shit. Like,
I think I would have to go.
and if you look at the Cowboys off defense when Dan Quinn was there, Mike's lucky he won one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But, like, do you give Sirianni the nod here?
I give it to Mike McCarthy.
I was going to go Mike because of everything in Green Bay.
Those Green Bay teams.
Obviously, Dallas has been shaky, but
But Dallas is still good. Dallas is still good. He's won divisions.
Yeah.
He's made the playoffs. He's had he's consistently been a really good coach. You know who Mike McCarthy I could compare him to? Like, imagine if. So let's say Andy Reid won with McNabb, T.O. in 04. after it, let's say his Eagles career was pretty much the same. Then he goes to KC. They don't have a super team, but they're always pretty good. But for some reason, he can't get over the hump with Pat Mahomes. Like that's Mike McCarthy to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that would be the best coach in the division. That'd be the best coach in a lot of divisions. Like when I have to have like a realistic talk about it, I think he sucks, but he has accomplished what he has accomplished.
I want to go,
and I might put Dan too.
I was gonna go Mike, Dan, Nick, and then Brian. And I think
I'm gonna put Nick too because that shit wasn't 28-3, and we do win if it's anybody but Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I also think.
But they could also say they win if it's anybody but Tom Brady. So like it's fucked. But we beat. But Nick didn't beat Tom Brady. Fuck.
I think though with Dan, the Cowboys
defensive coordinator stint.
Yeah, I think
that was impressive. It was pretty impressive. They had guys, but it was pretty impressive. They weren't that good. They were pretty good defense.
And I know everybody talks shit on Diggs for his play, but he was out for the entire season.
Absolutely, and then and Bland becomes one of the best corners in the league. Yeah, all under his tutelage. Absolutely. So like, I'm gonna go Mike, Nick, Dan. 28-3 has to be talked about. There's no way that has to be a staying in your name as a coach. I don't care if it's Tom Brady. I don't care if it's Joe Montana. I don't care if it's Pat Mahomes. Like 28-3. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like we was up by 10. Like it's a little different. Bro. And then niggas dropped the ball and fumble recovery for a touchdown. It's a little different. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it.
All right, there's coaches from every single division.
NFC East actually was way more interesting than I actually thought.
I thought that too.
Way more interesting than I thought it was gonna be.
If you actually just give it a little bit more thought,
it's like, oh fuck.
There's a discussion to be had on that. All right, so what division do you want to start? Remember here, we're moving to draft classes, comparing the 2011 draft class in the NFL and the 2017 NFL draft class. First picks in both. In the 2011 draft was Cam Newton, quarterback out of Auburn. We knew he went to the Panthers and had a great career there before finishing up in New England. In 2017, the number one overall pick was Myles Garrett, defensive end, Texas A&M. Right to Cleveland, had another fantastic season. Plenty of defensive players of the year, competing for that same award every year with a division rival at a TJ Watt as well, who was in the same class. Okay. Would you like to start in 2011 or 2017?
I want to start talking about 2017 just because of the top, but like I'm just looking at these fucking names. Like, what the fuck, bro? On both lists.
Yep.
But like 2017 was special. I haven't even gotten a chance to really look back at 2017 until now. Because I didn't know all these names were together, first of all. I knew like a couple of these guys came together, but like even seeing Pat Mahomes and Hurts, that was the same draft, Super Bowl matchup. Cooper Kupp was in that. Like Cooper Kupp, Trey Hendrickson, like goddamn, Juju's in there. Like guys who've been at the top and kind of went down a little bit. Like Aaron Jones was in that draft. Like Lenny Fournette, Jamal Adams. Didn't even say Christian McCaffrey. Like that draft was like I've never got a chance to go back and look at that draft, but when I finally did, it just was mind blowing. Deshaun Watson even got goddamn. Even look at a bunch of these guys in college, like all problems in college. Like I can remember so many of these guys in college. Like fucking what was I about to say? Like guys like Jamal Adams, Lattimore, like Deshaun, Lenny Fournette, like all remember him in college, like just eating. It's crazy that they're still legends in the NFL today. I like this. I'm not gonna get to that, but we can go to 2011 too. Because 2011 I've been knowing about. Like I don't know if you've been knowing about, but like 2011's like I feel like people have been talking about it for a long time. It's just cool to see two drafts that kind of have shaped the NFL. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at a lot of these names, like, it's like those are the eras. Like, even from like 2011 to 2017, like, that was kind of the era. For even like a little bit after that. And it's funny because it'd probably be like from 2017, probably like 2025 or whatever, 2027, like, this would be the era. So, I don't know. I just think it's insane. Even like with the 2011 class, like, you see names like, obviously Cam was number one pick, but like, bro, their others are ridiculous. Like, Alden Smith, Tyron Smith, Robert Quinn, Mike Pouncey, Ryan Kerrigan, like Cam Hayward, Mo Wilkinson, Colin Kaepernick, like DeMarco Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like KJ Wright, Chris Harris was undrafted. Dan Bailey was undrafted. Like that's just like, that's insane, bro. For me, there is a right answer. And like for depth reasons, I gotta go 2011. I have to go 2011. Like there's way too many just damn near, like I think there's probably more Hall of Famers in 2011 than 2017. I think 2017 when it's all said and done, because there's a lot of guys. The only thing about 2011 is like a lot of shit's over. Like bro, look at the first list, like J.J. Watt, Von, Sherm, Julio, Kelsey, Cam Jordan, Pat Pete. Like that's hard, bro. And then you go to the others, that's too hard. only thing about 2017 is like, bro, the book's not shut on Patrick Mahomes, which is just ridiculous to say. The book's not closed on Cooper Kupp, who is a Triple Crown winner, which is ridiculous to say. Like, the book's not closed on TJ Watt, who is like, what, a couple years older than us? Which is ridiculous to say. But there's also a few people who the book is like closed on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the book for me is closed on like Juju. The book for me is closed on a couple other guys. And like, when I compare it to the people,
Hunt,
Dalvin Cook, you know what I'm saying? Like, the book's kind of closing, which is like, even seeing Dalvin Cook in that fucking draft is pretty fucking crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But like, there's all some guys, like, we don't really know what Hassan Reddick is just kind of coming on and being kind of a top guy. I'm guessing, but we don't know. Like, if we want to go kicker, if we want to compare kicker for kicker, I'm taking Jake Elliott over Dan Bailey. Fuck out of here.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, there's some guys. There's definitely a lot of people who like the book ain't closed on. But like right now, I'm gonna take 2011. Just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of points there. You know, like see the name Justin Houston down there.
Like
Thomas,
like underrated name.
I can't even believe Kyle Rudolph was in that draft because he just retired last year. Yeah. Honestly, after first glance, you know, I was ready to go 2017. Seriously.
I mean, bro, there's some dogs in there.
There's a lot of big names in there. Like, talk about opening book, closing book, like Tre'Davious White's one of those.
Yeah.
Wide open book. You could kind of, like...
Matt Milano.
Yeah, another one. I mean, I'd shut it down for James Conner. No offense there.
He had a good year last year, though.
He did have a good
year.
But
yeah. I know what you mean. On the prime, yeah.
It's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Williams, another one, but like it's not to say that this is a star-studded cast here. Like Jamal Adams, obviously CMC, and then Lattimore's there with Deshaun, and again, all the stuff that's happening.
Still Deshaun Watson.
Like, still has been a great player. We'll see if that can get any better this upcoming season, and what the Browns can do with a full 17 played game season out of Watson, but. Looking at like the potentials, if you compare the potentials Hall of Famers for 2011 to 2017 in these classes, J.J. Watt, Cam Newton, Von Miller, Richard Sherman, Julio Jones, Jason Kelsey, we get the point.
Now we should get into the Hall of Fame debate because you can scroll down a little bit. I'm actually down to say who I think is out of everyone is actually a Hall of Famer because there's people in the others that are.
What about in the potentials?
I think I'm gonna.
You think everybody in the 2011 class is?
Yes.
Making the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
You think AJ Green's making the Hall of Fame?
I think he's fringe, but I think he should get in. I think he might get. I think that's one of those guys, 60, 70. Oh, they put AJ Green in there. Go, shit, all right. Like, he was all right. He's probably fringe. I think
there's a lot more names down here that aren't making it.
I'd put Tyron Smith over AJ Green, Hall of Fame. I'd put Mike Pouncey over AJ Green, Hall of Fame.
I mean,
I'd put Cam Hayward over AJ Green, Hall of Fame. I'd put... This might piss some people off. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't put Cap in the Hall of Fame because that was just too short of a time.
I'm not doing that.
That was just too short of a time. But if he kept playing, he probably was a Hall of Famer.
Probably. I'm going...
Dan Bailey's probably a Hall of Famer.
I'm going no Tyrod Taylor, no Doug Baldwin, no Kyle Rudolph, no DeMarco Murray.
No, Doug Baldwin, I mean, Super Bowl champ. He got what AJ Green don't have. Doug Baldwin arguably could be over AJ Green.
Shit, maybe you're right. No Andy Dalton.
No. Julius Thomas, no.
No Julius Thomas.
DeMarco Murray, no.
Do you go Mark Ingram? I don't think so.
No. Ryan Kerrigan, no. Even though he's great.
Even though he was a baller in the NFC.
Outstanding. KJ Wright, no. You know what I mean?
So do you see how many no's that we just got through right there?
There's a lot of yeses, bro. So let's go back up to 2017. So Myles Garrett, yes. Pat Mahomes, Hall of Famer, yes. Cooper Kupp, yes. AK, I cannot say.
I don't know if I can.
I cannot say that yet. TJ Watt, yes. George Kittle, I would assume so.
I'm saying yes.
I would assume so.
Saying yes.
That something will be wrong if he didn't get it. Jalen Hurts, I can't say yet. Lenny Fournette, no. Jamal Adams, I would say no, but I can't really say it because he has time to turn it, but I would say no. CMC, I would say yes. Marshawn Lattimore, I don't know yet.
Don't know.
Because he could do that thing where he still ends up being really good, and might get a Super Bowl or something, then he's a Hall of Famer. Deshaun Watson, I would say no because of what happened. But there's like another world, right? Hear me out. There's another world where Deshaun Watson doesn't go to the masseuse, goes from Houston to Cleveland, is who he was in Houston. He's a Hall of Famer. But with everything that happened and how we look, there's
also
over, bro.
Regardless of what, maybe like...
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, just when we compare the list.
I think the factor would be, and let's just say he's able to climb back out of the shell and turn it all back on.
He's still not going to be a Hall of Famer. Still no way.
And I think it's because of, I think it's less about, them, the voters saying that it's because he did those things and that all of those things happened. I think it's more of that you didn't play for the year and a half.
I don't think that would matter. I don't think missing a year and a half would really matter, bro.
But I mean, the argument with Cam Newton is, well, he played for 12 years.
Right.
It's fewer than a lot of the quarterbacks that are in the
I don't. That's not really Cam Newton's argument. Is how many quality years you got.
right. Well,
You could miss a year and a half. If Cam Newton missed a year and a half but had 10 quality years, no one's saying shit. Like, I don't know how. I think Deshaun Watson had 4 quality years, 5 quality years with Houston. Like, if he missed a year and a half and came back and still had 4 or 5 quality years with Cleveland, went to a couple conference championships, maybe made a Super Bowl. Nothing happened. He beat the case. You know what I mean? Everything was clean. We're oh, it was fake. You know what I'm saying? He probably gets in the hall. But the fact that what happened, came back not looking the best. I still think he's a good quarterback, but then come back looking the best for what he did or went through. He would have to really wow people for me to be a Hall of Fame. Now have to wow the fuck out of people. Yo, we can't leave that guy out. What? He let him do the Super Bowl. He did this, broke records. He'd have to really wow people. I don't think he's gonna do that. So for now, I'm gonna put him no. That's just me.
There's a lot of other names here.
Hassan Reddick, I don't think you can settle that debate yet. We don't know because if he keeps going the trajectory he's going, if he would have stayed with the Eagles and got a Super Bowl ring, you know what I mean? But I don't know yet. Tre'Davious, I don't know yet. Jake Elliott has to be a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
I would say probably.
Matt Milano, I don't know yet.
Could be.
I think he has that potential.
Could be.
Aaron Jones, now I really think he has potential out of appreciation.
I want to say.
I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to put him in there, but
it's not going to happen.
The day they put Aaron Jones in the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna be somewhere on the golf course with a fucking fat ass smile on my face, old as fuck. You know what I mean? Because they put Aaron Jones in there. Okay, Mike Williams, no. Marlon Humphrey, no, but you yeah. Jonathan Allen, no, but you were special. Buda Baker, no, but you're special.
Could have been.
Yeah, but I don't think they would put him in there. Dalvin Cook, no, but you're special. Joe Mixon, no, but you're special. You know what I'm saying? He also had a thing too. Deion Dawkins, nah. But I think Deion has a better chance than some people.
I do.
Being a lineman, being a lineman, Buffalo, if they get a ring, he has a chance. Juju, nah.
Chris
had a chance. Chris, nah.
Even with the Super Bowl, no.
Nah. Kareem Hunt,
no.
Nah. Trey Henderson has a chance, but I'd probably say nah. James Conner.
No.
Nah. Yeah, I gotta go 2011, bro. I gotta go 2011.
When it's really broken down like that and you see there's more yeses in 2011, again, it's a 6-year gap, right? So some of these guys in the 2017 class, or most of these guys, are still competing, still trying to earn that spot, earn those flowers. Whereas 2011 is a lot different in terms of the timeline. But putting the timeline aside, even though that is a huge factor, there's a lot more yeses on 2011 than 2017.
Sure. And even just legendary, Julius Thomas' season was fucking legendary.
Yeah.
Doug Baldwin, if he's not a fucking Hall of Famer, those seasons with Russ were legendary. Mo Wilkerson, legendary. At the time, Colin Kaepernick, legendary at the time.
I think Cam Hayward's getting in.
Oh, if Cam Hayward doesn't get in, I'm riding.
That would
Cam
be
Hayward should
crazy.
get in. I think Cam Hayward should get in almost immediately after for just time of service, ability. He should get in almost immediately after. He's not going to get it. I don't know because also I couldn't say this about Jason Kelce, but I think he should get Jason Kelce treatment on the defensive side of the ball.
I agree.
For D lineman. I think I respect Cam Hayward that way. You know what I mean? But that's a different story for a different day. Even DeMarco Murray's in there, Justin Houston, which you said, which was a good shout.
He better get in there.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Yeah, Justin Houston was a dog. I think he should get in there. I sneaking Andy Dalton. Was sneaking Andy Dalton in there crazy work? I feel like I had to.
Even Tyrod, both of them.
I had to sneak him in there. Yeah, it's not. You had to. Too many good tenures. But yeah, I feel like I fuck with this. There's some 2004 is a good draft class. That's I forget who's 2004, but that's a good one. There's another one that had Tiki Barber in it. I'm pretty sure it was late 90s. But we couldn't do if we were trying to break down 3 or 4 draft classes, bro, it would have been too many people. So I think we keep it at 2 at a time.
I just want to see
order?
because I
It was pretty mind blowing, bro. Looking back at it, it's pretty crazy.
Looking at the 2017 NFL draft with Myles Garrett going 1,
Mitchell
and then
Trubisky going 2.
Yep, Solomon Thomas 3 to the Niners from Stanford. Lenny Fournette, that's when he went
Everyone was
to
up in arms about a running back going forward at the time. They were kind of right.
And then look at the wide receivers off the board. Corey Davis, first wide receiver, 5th pick.
Remember his highlight tapes? Like he was
Western Michigan.
He looked like the one.
Jamal Adams to the Jets after that. And then the San Diego Chargers at the time take Mike Williams out of Clemson. Finally, there goes CMC off the board at 8 to the Panthers.
John Ross, the 4.240.
The 4.240 man. And then the 10th pick on the 2017 NFL Draft goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Quarterback out of Texas Tech. We all know number 15, Patrick Mahomes. And there's Lattimore at 11 to the Saints. Watson goes off the board after that to the Texans. There's Reddick from Temple to the Arizona Cardinals.
Taking Mahomes over Deshaun Watson is like a moment of really good scouting.
Crazy.
No cap. Extremely good scouting when you look back.
I mean, that was the year that we saw Clemson in the Natty Chip. Exactly. We saw a lot more Deshaun Watson that year on national television.
The last 2 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then Patrick Mahomes. And then you just looking at other names down there, Adoree Jackson to the Titans at 18.
Malik Hooker was a beast, bro.
And
O.J. Howard was a beast. Adoree Jackson was a beast.
Giants taking Evan Ingram.
Beast at the time.
At 23 beast. There.
Garyon Conley at the time was a beast.
Jabril Peppers.
Beast.
The Browns at 25.
I feel like I should put him there because I love Jabril Peppers, bro. He was insane in college.
Taco Charlton for the Cowboys at 28.
David Njoku.
I probably
should have put Njoku name in there because he's still hooping.
3 tight ends off the board in the first round here in 2017.
Reuben Foster was a beast. I wish he panned out.
And look at that. For everybody thinking about this draft class, T.J. Watt went number 30 to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
How?
It just is like one of those mind-boggling things because as a Giants fan, you look at where they were in 23 and they go Evan Ingram. Like, imagine you just take T.J. Watt there. Now, what that would mean looking back on it now is Kayvon Thibodeau would not be on the team.
Hell no.
That would make no sense to draft him there.
Probably could still have, sexy Dex?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe Brian. I don't know how money would, but if y'all want to make a beefy O-line, or maybe y'all beef up the D-line maybe a little bit sooner than y'all did, it's just different. Who do we pick? Derek Barnett? I love Derek Barnett for what he gave us for the years he gave us in the Super Bowl. So I wish we would have took somebody else, but imagine we took Marlon Humphrey. Fuck me. Or even Jonathan Allen, paired him up with fucking Fletcher Cox. Fuck me. But for the years and what Derek Barnett gave us, I fuck with it.
That's the 2017 class there.
What a class. One of the best classes of all time. Has to be. What a fucking class.
I mean, it's a class
that was the first fucking round.
It's a class that...
I think James Conner was 7th round. I'm pretty sure Kareem Hunt was 7th, maybe undrafted.
And let's mention, Cooper Kupp was not drafted in the first round, so we're not even talking about him.
Exactly. What a fucking draft.
I mean, this is a draft that
I kind of like doing that.
The league.
When you type them out and see what names were which. I wonder how deep back in history we could go and because I know the '83 draft had Elway, Montana. One of those. No, I was Elway and Marino. I think it was '83. One of those drafts was one of the things like that. Which I don't know, but the low key names probably too old for me to go back to. Maybe early 2000s. Probably the 04 draft would be a good one. I'm pretty sure that was Larry Fitz. That'd probably be a good draft to go back to.
Yeah, see all those.
Yeah, it'd probably be mind blowing, bro.
The names.
2011 was pretty fucking 2011 was pretty fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, it was.
Can't lie.
I was shocked seeing Ryan Kerrigan. I'm like, I haven't heard that in so long.
He's a fucking beast.
And then DeMarco Murray, another one too, another name like that. I just haven't heard.
Mo Wilkerson. I was like, oh shit.
And just some surprises on there. The last thing I'll say is I just said what I was saying earlier. I think people will try to argue that Cam Newton shouldn't be a Hall of Famer, but
I think he is.
If you just look at the numbers,
I think he is.
It's over 32,000 passing yards in that rookie season. He had over 700 rushing yards, over 4,000 passing yards. I mean, even though he didn't win, you had the MVP there, and just winning the Heisman, you're already in College Football Hall of Fame. It's not like that in the NFL. If you get an MVP, you're not automatically in. But if you were to compare some stats on quarterbacks that are already in there, Cam Newton beats a lot of those guys in a short amount of time. I mean, you were talking about it earlier, quality over quantity. And even though, I mean, Tom Brady is the exception. There was quality and quantity, but that's a whole different
Just
argument.
wonder what happens if he doesn't fumble that fucking ball. He's like another Jalen Hurts story. What happens if he doesn't fucking? I'm not even a dive on a guy. I would have dove. I mean, I would hope he would have dove on it. But if he doesn't fumble that fucking ball, they probably still lose. But like,
They definitely still lose. That
does it?
defense
I'm saying,
is
does
incredible.
that change? Because the whole diving on the thing doesn't change. Like, what if they lose a different way? What if he gets like fucked up more and stuff? Like, yeah, I don't know. Things change, rearrange. I love you, Cam. I think you're a Hall of Famer. I don't like people playing with your name like that.
He should be a Hall of Famer.
Change the game.
Should be. All right, we're getting out of here. Another NFL show in the books comparing.
Wait. Are there any Giants players on either of these lists? Y'all are terrible, bro.
Eli's up in next year, 2025. Eli's up.
Is Tiki in there?
I don't think so.
Is he a Hall of Famer? I think Tiki a Hall of Famer. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Really? Damn. Yeah, y'all might be ass. Plaxico? AP? Justin Tuck.
That's probably.
Justin Tuck. Straight hand, obviously. Justin Tuck, though, for sure. Who was your lineman? Did y'all have like a guard that was like
There was. I mean, on the defensive side, OC Umanura, that was another one.
OC,
People probably wouldn't do that.
yeah.
People probably wouldn't go for that.
I mean, yeah, y'all ass. I mean, Jordan, you see, what's it called? Not Jordan Love. Julian Love just got like, he was like in the top 100. Xavier McKinney is the highest paid safety.
But I'm the problem for picking Xavier McKinney as my safety.
Yeah. He's the highest paid. I didn't say he's the best. He's just the highest paid.
Well,
Inflation, baby.
he seriously he
Joe Biden. Joe Biden's America.
he earned the most.
In Joe Biden's America. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Inflation, baby.
Okay, we're getting out of here. On that note, moving on. More NFL coming on the way.
More
We're seeing that a
golf.
lot of these things are working. More All Day Golf videos are coming out. So if you are not subscribed to that golf channel, All Day Golf on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to that. We got a wine video coming up. We got
Jesus
another
fucking
challenge
Christ.
coming up.
This guy wants to do 2 separate full bottles of wine, by the way.
And it's exactly what's going to happen.
Dumb as fuck.
And
No, we're
gonna
doing one, bro.
And we're going to shoot 2 under par.
Doing one. We're doing one.
We can do one. And maybe a couple shots. What?
God.
All right, moving on.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right, we're out of here. Plenty more NFL coming. We're seeing that this is working for attention and great topics to talk about as we get the excitement going for the NFL season as we're just weeks away. You've been listening and watching to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. See you in a bit. Hopefully some announcements coming in the next couple
You know what
days.
I'm thinking next? We should do compare MVP seasons and then compare like best seasons, like best teams.